Hey, it's Rosemary here. How are you doing? For a very long time, I lived life afraid that I would never ever be able to accomplish the dreams in my heart because I was too proud. I knew I was strong and powerful, but I felt I had to downplay it in order to be acceptable to Papa, my higher power. My desire for relationship with him has always been more important to me than, my need for fame or wealth or power or anything like that. So, however, I thought I had to pretend to be less than who I was in order not to be struck by lightning and killed in an instant by a very jealous, possessive higher power who could not handle anyone being okay without him. And so I played small. And I made myself wrong for wanting so much. And so I tried to be humble, whatever that means. I tried to pretend I wasn't self-sufficient, but the truth is I am. You are as well, okay? Because we're created that way. We can choose to be in relationship with higher power, or we can choose not to be. Some people choose the latter, and materially, physically, they won't suffer for it. Yes, they will be completely subject to the whims of government and economic climate, because they choose no longer to listen to the intuitive nudges within. But hey, if they choose to work hard enough, they will get rich enough to lobby for things to go their way, which is what happens right now in the current world. The rich people lobby for the things that they want to have happen for them. But they're always watching their back for someone coming to get theirs, okay? Fierce competition becomes necessary when you think it's just you and a dog-eat-dog world out there. And some choose not to have relationship with their higher power, and also they refuse to do the crazy hard work of getting rich. In which case, I say be afraid, be very afraid, because you are subject to every freaking horrid thing out there. Government changes will affect them, and they will be victim to changes in policies, and yes, they'll feel hard done by because other people are making all their choices for them, and these people may not always have, your best interest at heart. And so yes, they choose to blame the rich for all their ills, but it actually just makes them more of a victim. Oh well, everyone is free to choose to do whatever they want to do with their life. Personally, I choose relationship because Papa has been the most consistent person in my life. I've ignored him and he's been there. I've longed for him, he's been there. I've been annoyed with my life and my circumstances and him, and he's always still been there. His love for me is unwavering, and I know that he has my best interests at heart, not because I'm perfect, but because he loves and chooses me. And as an added bonus, he has the advantage of foresight and control over all things. And as his daughter, by choice, abundance is my birthright, and he becomes my supply. And his supply isn't fickle, so deep down, I know I'm always taken care of. I'm no longer subject to the whims of any person. Whatever happens, I know I'm okay because Papa has proven that he always has my back. But this isn't why I choose him. I choose him because I love him and he loves me. Some would suggest that the only people who choose to be spiritual are weak people who are looking for a savior. And unfortunately, lots of spiritual people do seem to demonstrate this fact because they've been taught wrong by their leaders. They've been taught that it's noble to be weak. But it's simply irresponsible to take this powerful machine that we have here, okay, and we downplay it. No. Thinking that you're pleasing the divine by doing that? No. Or waiting around for spiritual magic bullets? No. Being spiritual doesn't mean that you don't do the work. Being spiritual doesn't mean everything goes hunky-dory all the time and it's all smiles and great times every day. No. If anything, the spiritual journey can be tough as you face the nonsense inside of you and handle it. It takes a powerful person to really be spiritual. Again, this is one of those posts where I don't really know why I started kind of saying it out to you, except that I was having a super spiritual moment in my quiet time this morning, and I wanted to share some of that with you. You don't need a savior, but you can choose one. You were created powerful and self-sufficient, and your strength is completed when you combine it with your higher power. Logically, you can see that two are better than one, right? And if one of those two is the creator of everything, then hey, you're definitely on the winning side if you want to look at it completely mercenary. But the truth is, as I said, I choose Papa because I choose love. Okay, my way of thinking and being doesn't always really align completely with any religion, though I do call myself a Christian. I know some Christians will think that I'm falling off the deep end when I say things like self-sufficient and all of that. But you know what? I've decided not to care any longer. My eyes are fixed on Papa. He is my source. And I quite like where we're going together. He chooses to partner with me to create the vision he planted inside of me, and he's proven himself trustworthy. So I choose to drop all the dogma and the theology and live in a living relationship with him. And I exhort you to do the same, whatever that means for you. Dare to seek truth for yourself. Tap into the power within and live out of it. And please don't be a wimpy spiritual person that thinks you can just pray and sit down doing nothing, telling yourself that God glories in you pretending to be weak. Telling yourself that that is humility. It's not humble to downplay who you're created to be. It's an insult to your maker. Wake up. Live life deliberately. I may not have explained what I'm trying to say completely. I was even telling Papa that I don't really have the words to say sometimes. But you know what? You go, you see what I'm trying to say, you get a picture of it a little bit. Go and do your own digging as well. Start with I am powerful and I am loved. Start digging deep into those phrases. And it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live, because you absolutely want to. There is a reason you're here, a purpose that is uniquely yours. Every single thing that has happened to you has happened for a reason. There is no mistake about you, and yet you will struggle to live out the call on your life if you don't get wealthy enough to no longer worry about the mundane everyday stuff like bills and such. I would love to help you design a life and an online business that, allows you to use everything that you are to make a difference and a fortune. So let's talk, okay? Come and apply for a consultation with me at rosemarynonniknight.com/freedom session. There is a world all around us that needs the spirit driven to wake up and live. You already feel the urgency inside of you, and I can help you too. Scoot over now to rosemarynonniknight.com/freedom session. Apply for a session with me. I look forward to working with you. Until the next time.